Hey everyone, welcome back to Satanix Reviews. You know, I'm tired of looking for Christmas content for reviews this year. I'll have one more Christmas review to review after Christmas, but I want to talk about Christmas gift games first. For many of us, we recall a lot of Christmas gifts being given. This includes toys, clothes, and of course, video games. There was nothing more exciting than finding out someone got you that new game you had on your wish list. Even with so many games being digital now, there's nothing more classic than a good old video game box, especially if you unwrapped it as a gift. It was either my birthday or Christmas that I looked forward to the most because that's when I'd pray that I'd get the video games I wanted as presents. Sure, you would also get those games where you just go, what the hell is this? Believe me when I say I doubt most of you know what Gauntlet Dark Legacy or Max and the Magic Marker are. Anyway, this game I'm about to discuss is based on SpongeBob SquarePants. I don't think SpongeBob needs an introduction. Seriously, it's insane how popular the character is and how many memes exist of him. Now, there were a lot of SpongeBob video games. I mean, a lot of them. Battle for Bikini Bottom, Creature from the Krusty Krab, Super Sponge, Revenge of the Flying Dutchman, Boating Bash. Then we have this game, Lights, Camera, Pants. Out of all the SpongeBob games, the ones I owned as a kid were this, Battle for Bikini Bottom, and Creature for the Krusty Krab on the DS. Yeah, I know, weird, but we're talking about Lights, Camera, Pants right now. So this is a Mario Party game. The main difference here is that, unlike Mario Party, you don't have a board to interact with because you just go straight to the mini games. The goal of the game is to get enough points in the mini games so that you can be part of the new Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy movie. You can play this game solo against computer players or play with friends. Thankfully, I had a ton of family members who played this game with me when I got it for Christmas. Oddly enough, the whole process for getting the parts in the movie are odd, to say the least. If you win every single area in the game, you have to play the role of like five or six characters, including the main villain of the movie. At first, I thought this was just some master of disguise you portray, but no. These are all completely different characters, all played by the same actor. Yes, I know some movies do that, like with Eddie Murphy in his version of The Nutty Professor, where he played the main character and his entire family, but that was more for comedy purposes. I guess this is for comedy purposes as well, but there isn't much of a punchline to it. You're bound to get stuck as more than one role if you end up getting the main villain role in the movie, because all the points add up after every area. Yeah, to quote the movie Big, I don't get it. Also, after every area, you get a cutscene of the scene being played out, but you have to watch those scenes again as the full movie, which is only about 15 to 20 minutes long, so it's not even a full movie. Maybe it's just an episode, who knows? High production value. There are some added scenes once you've beaten the game, but it's mostly what you've already seen. The final role goes to the stunt double. Again, if you've beaten the last area and get the role of the main villain, you play as the stunt double as well. Seriously, that just doesn't make any sense. At least make it so that the stunt double is the one who got second place overall or something like that. Anyway, let's talk about the minigames themselves. The minigames are pretty fun to play, and each area has three. Admittedly, the game's not very long, so you could probably beat this game within like 2 to 3 hours. The game's better as a party game, hence why I said it's more like a Mario Party game. With that said, I've played a few Mario Party games with story modes that were longer than this one, and even came out before this one. Still, these mini games are pretty creative with simple controls. This can include free-for-alls or team battles, where you get two teams competing against each other. The Krusty Krab minigames all have teams, so you're basically stuck helping out the other players, including the computer players who might be complete whizzes at the game. If two players are tied, you need to do a tiebreaker. It's just a rock, paper, scissors, so it's better when against other people that are playing instead of just a computer player who is just at complete random. If there's one minigame I absolutely don't like, it's the soccer one, or football, depending upon where you're from. Not only do I just not like soccer, but it takes forever for me to score a goal. This happens a lot in other soccer video games as well, including Mega Man Soccer for the Super Nintendo. Never again that one. As usual, the entire voice cast of the show is here, and they all still sound like they're having fun with their roles. With that said, you might consider that a drawback if you already found the voices in the show annoying. The roster consists of SpongeBob, Patrick, Squidward, Mr. Krabs, Sandy, and even Plankton, who actually uses a robot suit to perform all the tasks in the minigames. The graphics in this game are pretty decent for the time, even though I find it weird how some characters only appear as still images with only a few frames repeated over and over again. They're literal static images on a TV. With that said, I like how animated all the 3D models are. When I played this game on Xbox, for some reason it kept bugging out. Sometimes the audio kept playing at the wrong time during the cutscenes. However, I tried the game on PlayStation 2 and it luckily didn't have this problem. I hope it was just my old copy, which I sold, by the way. Funny enough, this game has a Game Boy Advance port, but it's completely different from this one. I suggest playing any console version instead of that one anyway. There's not much else for me to add on this one, it's just a fun game I enjoy playing. I hope it does get a remake so that people can play it for online co-op. Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated is proof that Nickelodeon is willing to let their past games get remade, especially for SpongeBob. And speaking of which, the series is still popular. As it is now, it's still fun to play. Overall, I'll give this game a 7.5 out of 10. It's a good game. Not great, but still a fun time. Either way, thanks for watching. Till then, everyone.